The show can't start until we crack open a bottle of Revelton. Whether it's their crisp, clean vodka, the bold spice of their rye whiskey, the rich smoothness of bourbon, or the original honey whiskey that started it all, every pour is a taste of craft and passion straight from the heart of Iowa. So pour yourself a drink, settle in, and get ready to relax, laugh, and enjoy the show.
Hey, it's Andrew Downs. I'm proud to support Three Beards Media, and I would love to work with you. If you need merchandise for your company, organization, band, softball team, whatever, I can help. From name brand apparel to promotional items, large orders or small, online stores, and more, I can help your brand stand out. AKC Marketing is local, based in Johnston, and we are an employee-owned business, so our costs are low and our turnaround times are fast. But most importantly, we give you personal service to make sure you get exactly what you're looking for. Email me at andrew@akcmarketing.com or find me on social media and let's make some cool stuff together. Now sit back and enjoy this Three Beards Media podcast.
From the top rope, kid and kill the roar so loud. Black and gold waving, we're a fearless crowd. Under them lights, the fight burns bright. Greatest team assembled, ready for the fight. We stand tall, we stand true. Every game, every play, got the Hawkeye view. Legends rise, and we all knew that the black and gold's coming straight for you. From the Hawkeye view, see the whole state rise. With a heart so strong and fire in our eyes. On the field, on the court, in the stands, we shine. The best in the game, and the state is mine. Cover Hawkeyes, mugging, watch them break that press. Dropping dimes, hitting threes, never second guess. Full court hustle, hear the sneak aside. With the fight in our veins, we red at pride. We stand tall, we stand true. Every game, every play, got the Hawkeye view. Legends rise, and we all knew that the black and gold's coming straight for you. From a Hawkeye view, see the whole state rise.
All right. Good evening. Welcome to another edition of Hawk's Eye View. And it's a special one because for the first time ever, we have my friend AJ Hawksby DeFino, the new co-host of the Hawk's Eye View. Welcome in, AJ. How are we doing tonight?
Good, man. Good to be on here. I appreciate you asking me to come join you. Go Hawks, baby. Go Hawks.
I know. I love it. So let's before we talk Hawks, let's talk AJ Hawksby a little bit.
Yeah.
You and I met back in our time together at Wells Fargo. We've both moved on now to different careers at different companies, but we've remained friends. And some people listening to this show might recognize your voice because you're also on Football Friday Night.
Yep.
With KXNO. So you'll hear both AJ and myself for many years as the show will have us. We'll be calling high school football games. So if you recognize AJ's voice, now you get to put a face with a voice.
Yeah.
So good to have you. I know that you've been a lifelong Hawkeye fan. So real quick, what's your favorite Iowa Hawkeye sports memory of your life?
Yeah, I mean, I thought about this earlier because I figured you were going to ask something like this, right? It might be kind of weird or out of left field a little bit, but as a kid with my grandmother, she would let me turn the Iowa Hawkeye game on. But for me, it's the 6-4 Penn State game. It's the number one moment in my Hawkeye fandom that I just remember. I don't know why. I'm just a little kid. I'm probably, 10, 11 years old. I mean, how long ago was that? 2005 maybe? So I had to have been 04. Okay. So I was 11 years old. I'm sitting on my grandma's couch and I'm going, oh yeah, it's 3-2. And it's like, I don't know why that one always sticks in my head, but that 6-4 ball game for me. You can go with the Claiborne block punt. Me and my buddies were at the Michigan State game a couple years back when Coop ran one back to the house against Michigan State. yeah, but 6'4". I mean, I don't know why that one always sticks to my head, but I thought about that earlier today. I'm like, I bet Barbara asked me, what's one of my favorite moments, but has to be the 6'4" game. I mean, come on, that's defense. Defense runs, and that's what Iowa does. So yeah, I love that.
Yeah, well, that's also Kirk Ferentz's favorite game of all time. So
Really? Okay,
yeah.
I didn't know
I
that.
mean, well, I'm joking, sort of.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he loves that kind of football. That's
Right.
the perfect way to win, right? 6'4"
Yeah.
defense, totally ruling the day.
Yeah.
Wow, we got the comments rolling in here, Jamie. Jamie, hey, I remember you, dude. I remember Jamie from our Wells Fargo days.
Yep. The boys
Great.
are listening. Yep.
Love it. Love that the boys are sticking together and supporting each other. That's great. Yeah, so you've been an Iowa fan for how many years? As long as
Since
you
I
can
was a
remember?
baby. Since I was a baby. I mean, that's the first thing my grandpa put me in was a little Hawkeye onesie. I'm sure I already know of it. My grandfather, he had a big Hawkeye van, and oh man, I mean, it's all my family. We all are Hawkeyes. Pretty much all my friends, except a couple, are Hawkeye fans. So I mean, that's all I know. So
Yeah, so we're coming to you live from Three Beards Media, which is run by a bunch of Cyclones.
yeah.
But AJ and I are trying to hold it down and trying to infiltrate here some enemy territory. So thanks, Chris. Thanks, Chris, for letting us do that every week. But all right, let's just dig right in, man. We're coming off of what is the off season for the football team, but it's still an exciting time. A lot of transfers coming in to Iowa. Who do you like the most? This is two different questions. Who do you like the most? And who do you think has the most instant impact next season?
I mean, Tony Diaz, right? I think. I mean, I've seen some of his highlight clips. Super talented wide receiver. He's going to be a plug and play guy right away. In Vanderzee, obviously, we know what he's going to do, right? He's going to be our goal line guy, but Tony Diaz adds an element too. I think Hawkins, right, the safety from Villanova. I mean, I think he's going to be the main guy that we're going to need. I mean, Intringer leaves. You got Hawkins who comes in. From what I see, at least, was it the what am I looking at? The PFF. He has one of the highest, right, at safety.
Yeah,
it was Hawkins.
Yeah, I love Hawkins.
Yeah.
I think my favorite of all the guys that we got in the transfer portal is Tyler Brown. Safety from James Madison, who has multiple years, had multiple interceptions, but also graded as like almost a 90 grade on tackling in PFF at the safety spot.
Okay.
So one of the most sure tacklers out there in the country, and the coverage skills, I think that's maybe what we'll have to see if it translates, but I think he's got the athletic ability to be good in coverage.
Mm-hmm.
And certainly the Phil Parker scheme is going to help him out there a lot in that regard. So I think he's going to make the most instant impact too. Because you mentioned Entringer leaving.
Yeah.
I view Tyler Brown as an upgrade over Cohen Entringer.
Yeah.
In a lot of regards. Like I think he's perfect slotting in at that spot. So I love getting guys from James Madison, a team that was in the playoffs.
Yeah,
because we have some pedigree.
We got an O lineman, correct, too, from James Madison. Is that okay?
Yeah, that is Wilson is his last name. Trent Wilson. He is okay. So he just finished up his freshman year. He's listed out there on 247 as 6'3", 298, but that's where he was at before he came to James Madison.
Okay.
So that's one thing you got to keep in mind with some of these heights and weights in the transfer portal.
Sure.
It's still kind of based on their high school recruiting profile for a lot of these guys.
And
he's 6'5", 300 some now.
Okay.
And he has 3 years left. He's probably going to play a little backup guard probably
Okay.
going to be a little backup guard. But that's one other thing that I love about this year's transfer portal for Iowa is, with the exception of Bryce Stevenson, everybody has 2 or more years of eligibility remaining.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
So we get all these guys for multiple years theoretically,
Right.
and don't have to go shopping at the same positions next year
Now he was our only offensive lineman, correct?
in the transfer portal. Yep.
Okay. Okay. I mean, James Madison, didn't they have like a top 10 or top 20, I believe, running game this season? So, I mean, he's a possible plug and play guy too, right? I mean,
I think he could work his way in maybe by the end of the year. But Iowa has a lot of guys that they like that just didn't see the field this year because the guys in front of them are so good.
right.
So we're bringing back Lauk and Cade Pieper are probably the 2 big ones.
I just saw that big article come out on him coming back, which, I mean, it's pretty big because he was getting graded pretty well, I think. So,
yeah. I agree with you, Jamie. The running back transfer, LJ Phillips from South Dakota, awesome.
he looks like a dog. He looks like a dog. Yeah.
Yeah, him and Moulton, I think, will be running kind of 1A, 1B
Yeah.
next year.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get too far out in front of my skis here, but he kind of has a Fred Russell running style.
Yeah. Yeah. I see it.
A little bit. I'm not going to say that LJ Phillips is Fred Russell, because I think that's too bold.
Yeah.
But you turn on the tape and you watch him, and it kind of reminds you of Fred Russell when you watch him run down the field.
Freddie Russell is one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite running backs, hands down. Him and Sean Green, of course. I mean, Sean Green, we grew up watching.
So it's interesting to me too, because I think, who do you think is in line to start? Because I think Hecklinski is fully in line to start at quarterback next year.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the assumption, right? Or the rumor is that he's going to be the starter. And I don't know if it's because the fans don't want Hank Brown in there because of what kind of transpired in the Indiana game, right? I think everyone kind of has a hate for him. And I mean, when Iowa fans, have that hate for a quarterback, it tends to kind of linger all season. But I mean, it's going to come, spring, and we'll find out. I mean, we're just going to have to see it play out. Kirk's going to do what's best for the team either way.
Yeah. So in my mind, it's like 65-70% locked in that Hecklinski is going to be the guy. I do think Hank Brown will get a chance to be the guy throughout spring ball, though.
For sure.
And Hecklinski was also out during some of bowl practice with an injury, I believe, or a sickness. And Hank Brown played really well during that time when Hecklinski was out.
Yeah.
So I think we have a good problem there, actually. Yeah. I think we have 2 guys competing really hard for the starting job, and each of them have their own kind of strengths and weaknesses. But some of the staff have said that Hecklinski reminds them a lot of Drew Tate.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they both mobile quarterbacks? They are, right?
I would say that Hecklinski has a little bit more mobility to him than Hank Brown. Hank Brown's he's not like a statue necessarily, but I think his best work is done inside of the pocket as opposed to outside of the pocket. I think Hecklinski is 5'10", hence some of maybe the Drew Tate gunslinger mentality. Yeah. Threw 57 touchdowns against 3 interceptions his senior year of high school. Pure gunslinger, right? And did so at the highest level in Georgia, was the Georgia Gatorade Player of the Year in the highest class.
I think that's, and at least in my friend group, that's what my friends are most excited about, right? They're like, okay, this guy's proven, right? In Georgia. So it's like, it's like, I don't know how you beat that out, right? So
yeah. And in my mind, not as highly recruited, not a Georgia Bulldog, simply because he's 5'10".
Yeah. Right.
In my mind.
Yeah,
So
size matters for sure.
yeah, size matters, but so I think Hecklinski can get out on the edge a little bit more. Not like Gronowski. He's not a power runner.
Yeah.
Like Gronowski. He has a much better arm than Gronowski. Probably more accurate as a passer too, but he can get out and get you a first down too and get in the end zone.
Yeah.
So that's why I think he's the guy.
Yeah. I was gonna say, just in regards to this season, I mean, obviously I haven't wrapped up with you at all or really even talked about the end of the season much, but it was kind of I don't know how it's like, just, it was like a bright touch to the end of the season, one, to beat Vanderbilt, but like the fact that we had a running quarterback, a mobile quarterback, I don't know, it was different. And it kind of just, I don't know if it's hope or it's because it's changed. I mean, we had changed the season for sure. I think, the offensive mind of Lester is changing the way Iowa Hawkeye football looks for sure. So it was hope. I mean, obviously we had a lot of chances to be great. I mean, we had them all, but I just get excited now when I talk about anything offense because we know what the defense is going to be. I think it's set in stone, so yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, bringing in some wide receivers that I think were coveted by other Power 4 programs because Tony Diaz, who we mentioned, was going to go on a recruiting visit to Bama. Bama wanted him on their team. You watch the highlights, you see why. He probably would have been maybe their fourth or fifth guy, so he passed that up to be the second, maybe the first guy at Iowa instead.
Yeah.
For 3 years. But I don't know of a time that anything like that has ever happened.
Now, Hecklinski, is it Hecklinski?
Hecklinski. We can just call him Heck, I think.
Heck.
A lot of people have taken to just calling him Heck, and I'm just going to roll with that.
So because Lester was at Wake Forest, right, prior, and isn't that where he came from? Is there any ties there? No.
The tie was our offensive analyst, Warren Ruggiero, was the offensive coordinator at Wake Forest.
Okay.
And then Hecklinski, he came on before last year, Ruggiero did, and Hecklinski came in the summer as well.
That's right. Okay. There was some tie.
Ruggiero has moved on to be the OC, I believe, at Virginia Tech with Franklin.
Oh, okay.
So, and yes, Chooch. Yeah, Western Michigan. That's where Tim Lester last coached in college. But he was actually an analyst for Green Bay before he came down.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
For a year. He was kind of analyzing things and helping the Green Bay offense, and he's tried to model the Iowa offense kind of in that Shanahan, LaFleur type model. When you watch Iowa's offense, you can kind of see some of the influence there. Now I think next year he'll have the wide receivers and the passing quarterback, regardless of who it is, to actually pull off some of the passing schemes from that kind of an offense.
Yeah.
So you talked about change. I think we're going to just see a different level of change with passing being a bigger part of the equation next year.
Yeah.
I think 200 yards is going to be, I don't want to say routine, but I want to say it's going to be more attainable.
Yeah.
Next year, 200 yards passing as a team is going to be a more common thing, I think.
Did we hit 200 at all this year?
We didn't until the Vanderbilt game.
Oh, that's right.
Gronowski threw 250.
Yeah. That's right.
150 of that went to DJ Voname.
Yeah.
Which DJ Voname is back.
Yeah.
For multiple years. That's big news. And some people forget Ostrengo went down against Iowa State and was out for the year, and he'll be back.
Yep.
And then there's Thomas Meyer, who came in as like a 4-star freshman and was starting to work his way onto the field actually at the end of the year. So we're feeling good about 3 deep at tight end again. We're feeling real good.
Yeah.
Voname reminded me a little bit of some of the early Voname and Meyer kind of reminded me of the early. Well, Voname looks like young Laporta in some regards.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like having young Fant and Hawkinson. Kind of, I think it will be next year.
I mean, how young were those guys when they started? Sophomores?
Yeah, both. I think Fant got out on the field his freshman year.
Yeah, I think you.
And I think Hawkinson got out on the field his second year and then really took off from there for 2 years and then went early. And then they both went by their junior year.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't want to call our offense loaded, but there's some skill, talent at wide receiver, tight end, and running back that you feel pretty good about. You feel good about the offensive line.
Right.
The only question is, and it's a big one, it's quarterback.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah. All right. One guy we didn't mention that I really like that came in is Kamari Brown, the edge rusher from Elon. I think he's got a lot of potential too.
For sure.
Had 12 sacks last year at that level. I know it's a lower level of football. It's FCS level, right? But
he looks the part. He looks the part.
Yeah, he looks the part of a.
Do you have his how big he is?
Yeah, so his profile says he's 6'2", 220.
Oh yeah, it does.
But what I know is that he has grown and was playing last year at like 255. So he's more like 6'3", 255 right now.
Yeah, his tape is impressive.
Yeah, I love it. All right. Any other transfer? Oh, one note on Diaz. Something I heard this today from David Eichholt and Elliot Clough. They were talking about it when they were talking transfers. Diaz had a game with 17 catches, 172 yards, and a touchdown in one game last year. I again, an FCS level of football, but still,
yeah, that's impressive. Yeah, that's impressive. Yeah,
so
that's impressive.
Yeah, you combine some of those kinds of stories with the tape that you see. We're feeling good.
Promising.
We're feeling good. So, oh. Shoot, she said Evan Brown. I think he means Evan James from Furman.
Yeah. He'll be like a slot guy probably.
Yeah, but Boston College and Wake Forest were kind of sniffing around there. So certainly a guy that some Power 4 schools wanted to. Yeah. Maybe not the hype of a Tony Diaz, but certainly – we would be pretty hyped if we didn't get Diaz and we got Evan James. We'd be pretty hyped with just that. So I hope people don't overlook him because I think he's going to help us replace Weechin. I don't know if he's going to be the returner, but he's certainly going to be in the competition.
See, I saw another white punt returner. I can't remember his name, but I saw someone talking about him as being our punt returner. I can't remember. I'll have to remember the name. I'll look it up tonight, and then next week I'll have to see if I remember to bring that up. But I think that's hilarious. Someone posted it in the depth chart. I can't remember who it was. It could have been fake though too.
Could have been.
I like to follow fake news, so
I think they're considering Lutmer too.
Okay, yeah.
They're considering
it wasn't his name. I can't remember who it was, but
okay. Well, they're considering Lutmer. for that role too. So we will see, buddy. Any transfer news and notes you wanna drop before maybe we hit a break and we come back and talk a little basketball?
Yeah. I mean, I guess the few transfers that left us, I guess, would be what I mean, obviously Intringer goes to Louisville. Jazz, one of my favorite running backs. He just ran so hard, but he goes to Michigan State. Brian Allen goes to Vanderbilt, which is odd to me, in my opinion, because I think he was a pretty talented guy, 4-star. I thought he was pretty good out there when he did come in. So I don't know. I thought that was an odd move. Obviously, Dakin goes to Michigan State to follow LeVar. So that's a spot too, as punter, right? We kind of got to get out there and get a punter. Like,
I've heard that we have one. It just hasn't officially been announced.
Okay.
So, and I've heard that maybe we have actually a couple in the fold, one of which is a walk-on type. So, but honestly, with the wide receivers and everything, maybe we'll just never punt again, dude. We'll just maybe we're just hanging up punting. That's why we don't care.
Barber, punting is winning. You know this.
I know this, but we did actually punt significantly less this year.
Yeah.
And we didn't have any semblance of a passing game for most of the year.
Yeah.
So if we have an somewhat average passing game, we really won't be punting, man. We won't be punting. So, yeah, it does matter, but it isn't everything like it used to be for 3 years.
Yeah.
So, I'm glad you brought up punting, though. Chris Polizzi?
Yes.
We're struggling saying that name. Was a defensive
Polizzi.
Yeah, I'm struggling with it, but he's the new special teams coordinator, taking over for LeVar Woods. Was a defensive analyst last year. Has a couple stops at Tulsa and Tennessee Martin as the D coordinator / coaching positions as well. Was a graduate assistant when he was fresh out of college at Iowa. So he's certainly been around and is familiar with Iowa football, understands the special teams mentality and all that kind of stuff. Also found out that I believe he was playing football with Seth Wallace when Seth Wallace was playing football in college.
Oh.
So he's actually pretty tight with Seth Wallace. So I think this move makes a lot more sense when you put all of that context behind it. Because most people, I think, are going, who?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was going, who as well. Did a little quick research.
Yeah, that's what I did. Right to my phone. I was like, who is this guy?
But like, I saw immediately after it was announced, Tyler Kluver was super excited. That was someone who was on special teams.
Mm-hmm.
Pat Angerer was super excited about it. So there's some former players there who would maybe have some knowledge of who Chris is.
Yeah.
That were instantly excited. So I guess don't want to get hyped for a special teams coordinator, but if they like it, I'm willing to give it a more than a fair shot. So
yeah,
that's kind of where I'm at. I'm hoping it doesn't come down to, man, I can't believe our special teams coordinator cost us the game kind of thing for Iowa next year.
I hope not. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't know.
Because what I understand is that even though LeVar held the title of coordinator, there were certainly times when Wallace was helping out.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Seth Wallace is going to be helping out. I know that Kirk Ferentz gets in there and does special team stuff too.
Right. Yeah.
Like that's how much he cares about it.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's all on one guy. It's actually a group, a program effort.
Yeah.
When it comes to everything special teams. We need a long snapper too. So we need to know who our punter is.
Yeah.
We need a long snapper and we need our returner kind of settled. And those are kind of the last things that you search for, I think, in the portal.
For sure. Yeah. And the long snapper, I mean, come on. You can pull one out of the barrel anywhere. I'm sure
I
you
hope
got some
so.
great long snappers all over the state of Iowa. Recruit yourself a good long snapper.
Yeah, there's got to be someone at one of the D3 or the junior colleges or something, or the NAIA colleges that can do the job, for sure. So, yeah, I think that's where we're looking. Speaking of transfer portal, I think to declare you have to do it by tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it ends. I thought it was the 16th. Yeah. Yep.
You have to say that you want to go into the transfer portal or notify your school by tomorrow.
Okay.
And then the school has actually until like the 18th is the cutoff. So over the next 3 days, we'll see kind of the final round of guys saying, I'm going to the portal. I'm going to the portal.
So these teams in the national championship, right? Indiana, Miami, it's a huge disadvantage, right? Huge disadvantage in a sense, right? But I know Signetti has already got most of his guys anyways for next year, but that's a huge disadvantage because the portal closes on, is it the 18th?
Well, so quote unquote, the close date is tomorrow.
Okay.
But then all those schools have until the 18th to like officially enter it.
Okay.
So by like the 18th, theoretically, we should know everybody that's in.
Okay.
But then at like Iowa, the latest that you can enroll for classes, I think, is either the 27th or the 28th, so that you can be eligible for spring ball. And I'm guessing it's a pretty similar story at most other colleges too. Or maybe it's even earlier than that. So if you haven't entered, you got to, and you enter like today or tomorrow, you really got to move quick to get to your next school.
Yeah.
So that you can get to classes, so you can get to spring ball. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait to enroll in the summer and then join in fall ball and miss spring ball.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, and we don't have the spring thing that we had last year. We don't have that anymore.
I knew that. Yeah.
So it's just the one from January 2nd to January 16th now. And that's all you got. So find your home in spring and hopefully you're happy there.
Yeah.
Because you have no other choice if you're going to play football next year.
Basically. Right. I mean, I like it. I think that's the way you got to do it, but it needs to be kind of moved, I think, a little bit. But I get it because everyone starts school, at the end of the month or even now, so I get why they do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. You just got to have a different system of some sort or something. I don't know.
I like it for us as fans because at least the Iowa football roster will be pretty much like 99% locked in here in the next week or so.
Yeah, for sure.
We may. I also think we're pretty much done outside of the special teams.
Yeah,
there is maybe some talk that we'll add another D tackle.
Yeah.
So I'll be curious to if there's another name that pops up on the defensive line that we maybe add for. I don't know if it'll be an instant impact or if it'll be more of a depth guy. I think we'll just have to see who it is, if anyone. But if that's the one, maybe the one spot that we need someone, I think that's it. So
add a little depth.
I know that Bell likes to play 6, 7, 8 guys on the defensive line, including the edges. So I feel like we can't have too much depth there. But I think we're feeling good. So with that, I think we'll just take a little commercial break here. We'll come back and then we'll talk a little basketball.
Making great tasting bourbon requires the perfect combination of ingredients, conditions, and time. The longer it rests, the better it tastes. Revelton Distillery's new single barrel bourbon is made from 80% corn, sourced 100% from Iowa farmers. And unlike mass-produced bourbons, each barrel of Revelton's single barrel bourbon is unique, proofed on when it tastes best. As they like to say, it'll be ready when it's ready. And to ensure the highest standards of quality and flavor, owners Rob and Christy Taylor oversee the production and bottling. Every single barrel. Iowa born, Iowa aged, Iowa bottled. Try the new single barrel bourbon from Iowa's own Revelton Distillery. ReveltonDistillery.com. Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing your home, or if it's simply time to renovate the one you're already living in, you need an experienced mortgage professional to help you analyze your financing options and to make sure the closing goes smoothly. And that's exactly what you get when you call Kyle Lehman at Wintrust Mortgage. Kyle's experience and expertise, coupled with Wintrust's rates and programs, ensures you'll get the mortgage that's right for you. You may even qualify for down payment assistance. Before you reach out to a realtor, call Kyle and get pre-qualified, empowering you to start shopping for the home of your dreams. Call Kyle at 515-473-0546. Kyle Lehman Wintrust Mortgage, 515-473-0546.
In the heart of Des Moines, one name has stood above the rest: Iowa Beef Steakhouse. Step inside, and you enter a place where tradition still matters, where the atmosphere feels familiar, warm, and unmistakably Iowa. Service isn't rushed. It's personal, attentive, and rooted in genuine care. And before the main event, the freshest start in the city, our signature salad bar, crafted every single day. Then comes the reason people have returned for generations: Iowa beef, hand-seasoned with pride. Guided by flame, forged by heat. This is where flavor becomes legend. Served with the same care it was crafted with, a meal meant to be remembered. And whether the night calls for bold, smooth, or something in between, our bar offers a selection as rich as our history, including the old-fashioned we've become known for: balanced, timeless, unforgettable. And long after the fire cools, the glow of this place stays with you. Iowa Beef Steakhouse, 1201 East Euclid Avenue, Des Moines, Iowa, where Iowa comes for steak, done right.
All right. Thanks to all of our sponsors, and we're back. AJ, I didn't get really a chance to watch the Iowa-Purdue game in its entirety. I was at a work event, had to kind of sneak my phone under the table to catch the end of the second half, really. And unfortunately, I think I caught the worst parts of the game.
Sure did.
So give me the full 40-minute overview from your view. I'm assuming you got to watch more of it than I did.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. It was sad. A sad ending, obviously. Yeah, so you saw the end, but I mean, the first half looked great. Other than Sturts getting 2 fouls in 4 minutes again. So that can't happen, right? We can't have that. That's the best player on our team, top 5 in the Big Ten, more than likely. But he comes off the court and McCombs tears it up. I mean, he leads the offense. It really doesn't hurt us at all. We go on a couple big runs there towards the end. We're up 9 at half. Come out with a little bit of momentum. And then, I mean, we just kind of fell apart. I really don't even know where to pinpoint it. In basketball, I dog the refs too much probably. But there's some calls that I wasn't happy with, but in the first half, Purdue had calls go against them. So, an eye for an eye kind of thing. I think in that game, and you're playing at Purdue, same as Michigan State game. I think it just simple as that. Like towards the end of the second half, they kind of got a lot of calls, but you're playing at Michigan State. It's Tom Izzo. I don't know. I think we didn't struggle from three, so that was positive. I guess let me look up these stats from three, but we shot the ball really well. Let me see here. Yeah, I mean, we shot 48% from three, 12 for 25. I mean, that's golden. I mean, we do that. We really can compete with anybody if we shoot like that on any given night. 53% from the field. I mean, that wasn't really our problem. Our problem was the turnovers. And then when we turned them over, I think in the first half we had 2 points on 6 turnovers or something like that, or 5 turnovers. You can't have that. You got to score off those. I mean, it really should have been probably 12, 13-point game at half instead of 9. So, I mean, yeah, I think we just let them claw back in it. Too many turnovers there in the second half. And I mean, that's really what happened there. It's kind of almost the opposite of the Illinois game where we just started flat, dead. I mean, nothing was going on. We were getting destroyed. So yeah, I mean, I think finishing against these strong teams like Iowa State, Purdue, we can stick with them for 35 minutes, but we need to do the full 40. Like
Right.
maybe we'll gear up. I'm sure. We'll get it figured out. But I mean, this is the toughest stretch probably of our season right here, or about the toughest stretch, because I think we have Michigan, Nebraska to end the season. That's, I mean, hands down, I think that's the hardest stretch. But
Well,
yeah.
That or home Purdue, home Nebraska
Okay, maybe that's what it was. Here, let me
in
look.
mid-February. But we do have home Michigan at Nebraska to end the year in March.
That's to end the year. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
the last 2 games to end the year, and then February 14 and February 17 are kind of the next two stretches there that I kind of have my eye on as far as difficult. You're right. It's frustrating because we were there with a chance to win against Iowa State, Illinois, and Purdue. We felt like we had a chance in the final 4 minutes, like we were within striking distance in the final 4 minutes of each of those games. Iowa State, I think we actually even held the lead in the last 4 minutes and lost the game.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's tough when you're playing teams of that caliber, definitely second weekend caliber teams, and you're right there, but you can't quite pull it out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I have a lot of faith in the team, because if they bring that kind of intensity to every game, they're gonna beat up on the teams that they should beat. They're gonna take care of business against those kinds of teams. It's just, can they somehow break through against those second weekend teams so they can get to the second weekend themselves?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's what Fran had such a problem with, was those top quad games. I mean, what we'd be 2-12 or 3-13, or, so it's like, can we kind of break through and get 4 or 5 maybe, and maybe sneak into a 6 seed? I don't know. I think I need to see more from this team. I think everybody kind of does, and everybody wants to see more. But I think the one good thing is, obviously, most of these guys have played with each other, right? Last year, most of them. And so it's like the locker room isn't going to be torn apart over this. I don't think they shouldn't be, at least, even though they only lost 4 games at Drake last year. So yeah, we'll kind of see, I guess, how this plays out here in the next few weeks. We got Indiana Saturday, huge game on Fox, at Indiana. I don't think we play very well there. I don't know our record in the last 20, but I don't think it's that good. And then you got Rutgers, USC, so at home, and those are all, I mean, really all 3 should be winnable. If we can come out with 3 wins there, that's huge.
Yeah, I feel like we have a chance against Indiana. Indiana's been kind of up and down. They are really predicated on shooting the 3.
Yep.
And it's primarily Tucker DeVries and Lamar Wilkerson.
That Wilkerson is good. I watched the Nebraska-Indiana game because I just wanted to see, is Nebraska real? I texted you right after, and I'm like, I think Nebraska's the real deal. Because Indiana really put it on them in the first half, and then Nebraska just kept throwing up 3s, and they kept falling. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Indiana is definitely good. Yeah, that Wilkerson's solid. I think he's averaging like 20-something points a game. Let me look.
Yeah, I was trying to pull it up.
Yeah, 20.2 points a game. He's shooting 45% from the field. So, I mean, he's a shooter for sure. I mean, Tucker is Tucker.
Sounds like a job for Mr. Howard or Mr. Sage to kind of follow him around, as I think Tavion Banks is going to get the Tucker DeVries assignment. And I think Sturtz and or Howard are going to be trying to stick like glue on Wilkerson. That's what it kind of gives me confidence against a team like Indiana. Whereas like Illinois, Iowa State, Michigan State, Purdue, they all have a pretty heavy interior presence.
Their bigs are big.
They're very physical.
Yeah.
I don't feel that way about Indiana.
Yeah.
I feel like if they're not shooting well, that's it. You're kind of shutting the water off. They're kind of done.
Yeah, no, that's what happened in that Indiana Purdue game. Was I think they went on I think it was like a 6-minute scoreless streak or something pretty big. And then Nebraska was just shooting the three. I mean, because I think they were down 15 at half or something like that. And Nebraska came right back once Indiana stopped shooting well from the field, and a couple threes that didn't go in, and boom, there you go. Nebraska's right back in it. So, this game will tell a lot, I think, on our team, because obviously a few tough losses, 3 in a row. I mean, really could have won all of them. So,
yeah, you would have liked to at least taken the Minnesota one, so that you don't feel that bad about this. But Minnesota's quad 2A, I guess is how they put it. Is that loss falls into quad 2A, so it's not a great loss, but it's not this horrible quad 4 loss that some people thought it could be.
And I don't know how true it is that we were just starting to get sick. The team was during that Minnesota game, and then Illinois was like a flu game for a lot of players. I knew that, or at least they were talking about it on the broadcast. But from what I heard was Minnesota game also, some were sick in the locker room during it. Not that that's an excuse, but still. So, I mean, we looked healthy last night. Let's just say that. So, everybody looks good.
Yeah. So I think we got to go in there and win this one. And I do think that we will. I'm going to take Iowa to pull it out. I think it's going to be something like 73-67 Iowa. So
I like it.
Give me your prediction, your bold prediction.
Give me 71-66 Iowa. I'll take Iowa on this one. I want to look up see if I can look up our how well we've done at Assembly Hall.
Oh, yeah. While you're looking that up, I'll kind of just run down. We talked about how difficult this 3-game stretch was going to be last week. We brought Tyler Craig on the show. He's really great at breaking down all things Iowa men's basketball. And we talked about this 3-game stretch. Conversely, I feel great about the next 6 games for Iowa. Let me run it down for you. Rutgers at home, USC at home, at Oregon, who's 8-9.
Yeah.
At Washington, who's kind of middle of the pack. Northwestern at home. At Maryland, who's awful. So you got Maryland and Rutgers in there, who are 2 of the worst teams. Oregon, who's really struggling. USC, who is 14-3, but they're without Rodney Rice, who I think kind of makes their team significantly better. Washington's pretty good. Washington's pretty decent. That'll be a decent test. Northwestern at home.
I'll be at that game.
Nice. But I think we may not be favored in the Washington game. I think we'll probably be favored to win in 5 of our next 6 games, with the Washington one being one where maybe we're slightly favored or slightly an underdog. So if we can beat Indiana, there is a chance that we can get on a little bit of a run here.
For sure. Yeah, this is
So
definitely the weaker part of our schedule. There's hands down. I mean, yeah, Northwestern, I think they just lost again last night. They're 0-5. Rutgers, I think they're 0-5 as well.
Maryland, I'm sure, is over.
I think they're 0-5 as well.
Yeah.
I mean, we dominated them when we played them at home, so we'll see what happens at Maryland. I was just looking it up. So we're 60. Indiana leads the series 63-32 at Assembly Hall. Iowa has picked up victories in 3 of the last 10 games that were played at Assembly Hall. So we have little success, I guess, recently. In 23, we beat them at Assembly Hall. So it's not like we haven't done it. It's recent. It can be done. And I don't think it's not Assembly Hall as it used to be. I don't think as much. And also they're focused on their football team. So
Yeah. Hey, Indiana's a football school just in time for the DeVries
yeah,
hire.
yeah.
So
That's
perfect.
crazy.
They're 3-3 in the conference. Indiana is. We're 2-4. So this would also be big from just a conference standings
For sure.
view. Maryland, Northwestern that you talked about 0-6. Rutgers 2-4.
Okay.
They do have 2 conference wins. Oregon 1-5, like I said, and then Washington 2-4. So 5 of our next 6 against teams that are losing records in the Big Ten right now.
Yeah.
And USC is 3-3. So it's not like they're juggernauts necessarily.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then we hit that Purdue, Nebraska at home back to back. And I would love to find my way to that Iowa Nebraska game because I think that's going to be big for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, I have a buddy that he asked if anybody wanted these tickets on Facebook, and I asked. I should probably follow up on that actually, now that I think about it. But yeah, he has like pretty good seats. He has season tickets. I guess his family does, but that would be a fun one to go to for sure. I wonder what's gonna happen with Samford.
I'm just gonna say that I don't think it's gonna be a very warm reception.
Yeah, I think they're gonna boo the shit out of him.
Yeah, I think, and if I'm there, I will be among the boos. So
every time he touches the ball, I really do hope so.
I mean, the students will be there.
Yeah.
That's one thing I've really liked about this year, and I think that was part of the mission, obviously, for Ben McCollum, was to bring kind of that excitement back. We've kind of seen that start to come back, I feel like.
Yep.
And hopefully we can get through the Indiana game and then really blaze through that next 6-game stretch and get the excitement really ramped up for Purdue and Nebraska back-to-back.
For sure.
And make those difficult environments, make Carver a tough place to play. So,
because this year we have our student section on both hoops, right? Or no? Is that right?
Just one. We just have like some risers right underneath one of the hoops.
Okay.
But just one.
I thought they changed something up.
Yeah, that was the change.
Okay. I'll have to see
like,
in person.
It's kind of like Hilton. Hilton has that.
Okay.
It's just not as big as Hilton. And I think there's future plans that involve the student section and possibly Carver Hawkeye renovations too. Chad Lysico did an interview with Beth Getz where they talk about that kind of thing a little bit. But I think the dream is to have kind of the lower ring of Carver Hawkeye Arena be filled with students.
Yeah.
Kind of like the I-Zone. Kind of like the lower bowl.
Isn't the issue though the season ticket holders aren't giving it up, right? And I'm no offense, like every time I've been to an Iowa hockey game, great time, but I'm normally yelling from the 30th row, and I have people staring at me that are just a little older than me, and I'm like, did you not see that call? Or something, I don't know. It's just, I feel like, yeah, the environment is definitely over to the student section side, but like the crowd noise, and I mean, the crowd can get loud, no doubt about it, but I don't know. I think there needs to be a little bit of a change. Someone has to step in and do it. At least we've made a little bit of a change. Um, I
I
just don't
think
think it's not going to be Hilton.
I think it's going to take time, but I think
Yeah.
we'll get there.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I have gone back and watched some of the Carver games from like the 80s. That place is insane, man.
Really?
That place is insane. You wouldn't be able to distinguish Carver in the 80s from Hilton today.
That's crazy. I'll have to look at
Because
some
it's
clips.
kind of nuts, dude.
Yeah.
It's kind of nuts. So the Cape, it's not an arena problem. It's a fan mentality problem, kind of what you're getting at there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you and I go there and we're into it, but I think hopefully the McCollum era can bring about younger generation
Sure. Yeah.
getting into it for
Mhm.
men's basketball, because that kind of energy is there for women's basketball. Maybe
Yeah.
this is a good segue.
Yeah.
Because our women's team is really rolling. They only have 2 losses this year, and it's Iowa State and UConn, so we're still undefeated in conference play.
Yeah.
for
Are they
women's
playing?
basketball.
They're playing right now, right?
Yep, they're hosting Oregon right now. So as soon as we're done here in a couple minutes, I think I'm gonna pop off and watch the women take on Oregon and hopefully beat Oregon at home. We're up to number 11, I think.
Yep. Yep.
Who's been kind of the most impressive player to you for this women's team this year?
Chit Chat. I love Chit Chat.
Yeah,
She's a straight baller, in my opinion. I mean, Hannah Stuelke, I don't know that she's had the most impressive year for herself. I think she probably could agree to that, but Chit Chat, that's my girl. I just love watching her ball.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Chit Chat, but also I think Hayden is kind of where this team has really.
Yeah.
I mean, she's close to averaging a double-double and has put up some big games against some big opponents. And I think it's her second year, and they kind of need her to be that kind of double-double type presence if they're going to go far in the NCAA tournament.
Now, was she a big recruit? I don't remember.
Yeah.
She was right?
She was like on that 5-star, 4-star line.
Okay.
And so is Hayes that backs her up.
Yep.
That's the big 6'7" girl from Alaska.
Okay.
So I'm real excited about the future of the center position at Iowa because it's only Hayden's second year, it's Hayes' first year. So we've got him for at least that combo for at least 2 years. And then you add Velitsko, who's the big time recruit next year.
Is she a 4-star?
No, Velitsko is like one of the 3 best players in the country.
Oh, really?
In the recruiting class.
Oh, I haven't. I guess I'm unaware.
Yeah. She's, I mean, in a lot of people's estimation, she's the 3rd best player in the country. But she's like a 6'3" wing that can shoot threes inside, outside, everything.
California.
Okay.
Maybe I did it. Yeah, I have heard about it.
So there's Addie Deal, who's on the team, who's a guard from California too.
Okay.
And her season has probably been, I think people expected a lot more. I think next year will kind of be more of a breakout for her.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll be feeling good about next year's squad. We'll be feeling better about next year's squad than we do about this year's squad.
Yeah. And
that's crazy to say about a team that's currently number 11.
Right.
We'll feel much better about next year's squad.
Addie Deal 21-foot jumper. The Hawks are up 13-9.
Okay, maybe she'll just have a second half breakout and shut me
Yeah,
up. I would
right,
love that. I would love if she just shuts me up and just has a second half of the year breakout. Because if that happens, this is a Sweet 16 and beyond squad
for
for
sure.
sure. So, yep. Yeah, I love women's basketball. They've been on a roll. I think they're going to get their next real test Sunday night. So they
Who do they
play
got?
number 15 Michigan State. They host them on Sunday night. So
Okay.
definitely get out there if you can and get to Iowa City and support this women's team in a big matchup, because then they travel to Maryland, who's number 12. They have their tough stretch of the year because they host ranked Michigan State. They go to ranked Maryland. They host ranked Ohio State, and they go on the road to USC, who's only 10-6. So they're having a down year because Juju's out.
Yep.
And then wedged in after that, it's on the road to number 3 UCLA, who's 16-1. So it's ranked foes for the next 5 games for the women's team, with an unranked USC thrown in there on the road. So they definitely need a win tonight against Oregon to kind of keep things going. And
that's a gauntlet.
That is a gauntlet. And
Yeah.
I think the mission for them should just be to hold serve at home.
Yeah.
Maybe pull out the USC game too if you can, but hold serve at home for sure. And I think you would feel pretty good
For sure
about that stretch.
I think no, I know I'm not big into wrestling, but I think Iowa hosts Penn State this weekend too. I think it's Saturday, I believe. I don't know if you.
Do we have any illusions of having a chance at that, AJ?
I don't think so. From my understanding, from what I've heard or listened to, no, not. I mean, I think there's a huge gap between Penn State and anybody else in the wrestling world, from what I understand.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate, but yeah, because you just wonder if the gap ever will close. I mean, we lost Iowa State, I think, pretty handily this year.
Yeah, and I can't stomach that. I know that much about wrestling is we can't be losing to them.
No. But I mean, I try to stay up on like some of the big duels like that, and matchups, and then obviously in the national championship. So, yeah, I'll have to try to do my homework here and watch the match if I can.
Yeah.
See
no.
how good or bad it goes.
It could be pretty bad. I'm afraid, in what limited knowledge I have of wrestling, the gap between Iowa and Penn State will not close while Tom Branson's around.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think we're looking at a coaching change soon. So, not calling for it. I just think it's probably going to happen soon.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's kind of the understanding. Gosh, what time is that at? Let's see here. I can't find the date. I have a 7:00 start. I wonder if it's tomorrow night almost, because I think they do duels on Friday nights sometimes.
Yeah, it's Friday night most of the
Is
time.
it?
That's kind of the night for wrestling in the winter, Friday night.
Let me see if it gives me a time, but yeah, Friday night. Yep, Friday night, 6 o'clock, Big Ten Network.
6 o'clock.
Yep, 6, Big Ten Network. I mean, it's every single matchup is a ranked matchup, though. That's pretty solid.
That's great. It's just I haven't sat down and probably watched an Iowa wrestling meet since Spencer Lee was on the mat.
Yeah.
Because I remember some of those Iowa Penn State duels where Spencer Lee leading it off being so electric. So, yeah, that's probably the last one that I can remember.
Yeah, I've watched a couple this year, just a couple matchups though. I haven't really. I watched some of the Iowa State, but yeah, I mean, we got to talk a little wrestling here and there, you know. At least
do we have a Ferrari kid on the squad still?
I think he left. I think he went to Nebraska, I believe.
Well, AJ Ferrari left. Do we still have Angelo though? Do we have some other Ferrari kid on the team?
Let me look up the wrestling roster.
Okay.
I know Drake. Is it? Oh, Angelo Ferrari. Yeah, he's on.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Drake Ayala. Is that how you say it?
Ayala?
Ayala. There you go.
Drake
Ayala. I know. He's the big star at 133. Heavyweight. Goodness gracious. Played at Cedar Falls, right? He was a linebacker. No, Iowa City High.
Oh, yeah.
He was going to be middle linebacker.
Ben Keeter.
That's right. That's right. And he was going to be linebacker, and he was good. If you look at his high school stats, he was a dog. I think he had like 130 tackles in a season or something crazy.
Yes. Dude, I got to cover a playoff game because he played Urbandale in the playoffs.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I think he was actually going up against Llewellyn and Jaden Harrell.
Okay.
So it was Ben Keeter playing both ways against Max Llewellyn and Jaden Harrell. He was on offense too.
Yeah.
He's like a tight end.
Yeah.
They're throwing him the ball all the time. And yeah, he was running through those guys.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild.
And he was going to attempt, I think, both, right? That was his goal.
Yeah.
Was to attempt both.
And now I think he's actually like back on the football team. And he's back in on both. That's like flipped like multiple times, but I've never seen him on the football field.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't know.
I knew he was going to try to attempt it, and I'm like, how? How do you do that, sir?
Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea. But if someone could pull it off, I think it's him if he could pull it off for even 1 year.
Yeah. It's like the question is, if he doesn't do well, you know, this year, I think when I just looked at it, he was ranked 5th in the nation at heavyweight. But, I mean, heavyweight's like 285. Throw him in at O-line. Let's see what happens here.
How about D-line? How about
D-line?
How about he slims down and comes flying off the edge? Powering off the edge. I think that could be his future.
Yeah, I like it.
I think he could just literally be a rush defensive end. So,
I mean, could you imagine stopping the heavyweight, 5th ranked heavyweight in the nation?
I know.
When he's on the DN. Yeah. I mean,
I think that's how it's going to have to be if he's going to play football. So,
for sure.
Well, all right. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, buddy. Like, awesome having you on for the first time. And we'll look forward to coming weeks as we just go through more basketball season and wrestling season and whatever news comes our way. So
cool.
We will be thank you everybody for listening. I know we had quite a few new listeners tonight, and I love people being in the comments. So Jamie, Chooch, keep coming back every week. Keep commenting. We love it here. But any last words from you before we call it a night?
Go Hawks. Let's
go. All right.
Baby.
Have a great night and go Hawks.
See you guys.
See ya.
Talking football, talking hoops, every sport in between. IOWA, yeah, you know what I mean. From a Hawks eye view, see the whole state rise. With a heart so strong and fire in our eyes. On the field, on the court, in the stands we shine.